Welcome to Trulywicked Crafts Flosstube. I am Ava, known as Trulywicked Crafts on Etsy, Tumblr, Instagram. I have a Trulywicked Crafts page on Facebook where currently there is an album of spooky type earrings that I make, so if you want to check those out, go for it. I am Trulywicked of Y on Twitter and just plain Trulywicked on Ravelry. If you want to check out the, crochet and occasional knitting that I play around with. Thank you for coming back for more if you're a returning viewer. And welcome. I appreciate you coming to check me out if you're brand spanky new. My thoughts always seem to hit the cow right about there. My train of thought always seems to hit the cow right about there. So, real quick thing about people who... I appreciate every single comment that people leave. I love them. They make my day. If I have not replied to any comment you have made in the past, oftentimes it's because I've either become overwhelmed or I just don't know what to say. Sometimes it's just that simple. I don't know what to say. Fair warning, sometimes I cuss. I do not apologize for anything on my videos. Like crinkling or cursing or, I don't apologize for going off on tangents either. So yeah, sometimes there's cursing. My train of thought hits a cow every once in a while. I don't apologize for it. The only thing I will ever apologize for is if I genuinely offend someone by using a slur. Okay? Other than that, no. I explain all of this in my very first video, so if you haven't watched that one, go check it out. I think that's it for admin, whatever. I don't know. So, not really, there hasn't really been too much going on. It is October, so, spooky month. I enjoy seeing all the spooky stuff going on. Spooky, not scary. I don't do actual scary. I'm a wuss. Sadly, I am a wuss. So, as you can see, the uniforms are no longer behind me. So, not much has happened. We've gone to see Granny a couple of times. My aunt gave me this little short hot pink wig that is supposed to be a troll wig. I don't know what she expects me to do with it. I think she maybe expects me to make a costume because I really love the Trolls movie, but the wig is really, really short. So, I don't know. Yeah, other than that, not much has happened. Except for a thrift store adventure, which I will be talking about when I show all the shop brownies, everything that the thrift store shop brownies gave me, whatever. Because Mom went with me, so I say us. But enough of that, y'all came for the stitching, right? I have two foes. I have no FFOs, but I have two foes. First one that I finished last night, literally last night, was this. This is the Snowy Owlet. There we go. Get a little shade in there. This is the Snowy Owlet from the Mill Hill Kits. And this was stitched for an exchange. Now, this could also be considered a shop brownie because I did not have this last time we spoke. I got my assignment for the exchange. Said person that I was assigned to really loves Harry Potter. Hello, Hedwig. And Christmas is their favorite season, so, oh, hi, hello, ornament. Not to mention I've always been wanting to stitch this. Didn't have it in my stash, so popped on Amazon, got it in 2 days. I started this on Wednesday last week, and I finished it last night. That's 5 days. No? Did I start on Wednesday, or did I start on Thursday? I got it on Wednesday. I finished this in 5 days. And the reason I know this is because on my Instagram I actually have a picture of the day I started it. So, 5 days. Fastest thing I've ever stitched. And it was fun, too. And it will be finished into an ornament. I'm not entirely certain how. I don't know if I'm going to put any trim on it or anything. But it'll be finished into an ornament. The fabric, because I do not like stitching on perforated paper. I don't. That just bugs me. The fabric is some Michael's Aida. Like the really stiff Aida that, as Amy from Amy Taville says, will cut you. Yeah. But yeah, it's the really stiff Aida. I popped it in a navy dye pot and that's what I got. Came out pretty. So that's a finish. And this next one, originally I was planning to add like some bugs in around the words on this one, but I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of working on it. I'm sick of dealing with it. I want to get it FFO'd with the other panel, turned into a bag, and sent off to its new home. I want it done. So I finished the frame. And as far as I'm concerned, it is completely done now. I'm not doing bugs. I'm not doing like little beetles in throughout the words. Beetlejuice is done. And for those of you who, like me, are 90s children, you will remember the Beetlejuice cartoon. And it opened with this. Though I know I should be wary, still I venture someplace scary. Ghostly huntings I turn loose. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. And as you can see, the words go light, darker, darker, and bigger. So, there it is. I'm not adding anything else. Nope. Not happening. It is faux. And that is faux in just about every way it is possible to be a faux. So, those are my faux. Whips. What have I worked on this week? That I didn't finish. I worked on this. It's the Evergreen Sleigh from the Mill Hill Sleigh Ride Ornament series. It's going pretty well. It is on, as you can see, it is not on perforated paper. And yes, you can see my horrible back there. Let me see if you can catch. There we go. It is on Charles Craft Stardust Silver Aida. So, it's sparkly. If I have a choice between no sparkle and sparkly, sparkly every time. I'm a sparkle girl. I like the sparklies, as you can see. Maybe. This has rhinestones. I loved it because it was black roses and leaves and rhinestones. So, that's something that I've actively stitched on this week. But something else that is technically a whip, but I haven't really worked on it this week or in a couple weeks. But I want to show it to you. And the reason I want to show it to you is the fabric. Okay? And part of the reason I want to show you because of the fabric is the person who does this fabric, they are called Jackson Fabric Arts. And the fabric they have is 100% organic hemp. in what the proprietor calls a linen weave. It is woven like linen. So if you like stitching on linen with like all the slubs and everything, which I do, not as much as I like stitching on Aida. If they ever make like organic hemp Aida, I will be on that. Because the fabric is gorgeous. Look at this. Look at that fabric. It's amazing. It is gorgeous. It is amazing. It's nice and thick. I don't have to have anything extra under the clamps on my Q-snap. The modeling is just this lovely sort of skyish modeling. And this is 30 count. Jackson Fabric Arts. I'm so used to saying Fiber Arts that it automatically goes there. Jackson Fabric Arts has 20 count, 30 count, and 50 count linen weave. Okay? And just hold it. My mom's in the doorway. I'm in her room. All right, fine. Come here. Show your face. She's here to pick out a new book, I think. Because I think she finished her current one. Anyway, back to what I was saying before mom came in to distract me. They have the 20 count, this 30 count, and they have a 50 count. And I've showed some 50 count that I have before. 50? 54? I will put the 50 whatever count like up here if it's just 50 count. I won't put anything, but if I'm getting the count wrong, it'll be up here. But it's in the 50s. So it's really high count. So if you like really high count fabric, they got you covered. I've only managed to stitch on a little bit of this so far. But I really like stitching on the fabric. I also have another project on their fabric that, on the high 50-ish count fabric that I've been working on, and I love it. It's excellent quality. The colors are amazing. And I follow them on Instagram. Jackson Fabric Arts on Instagram. Everything will be linked below as always. You need to go check them out. Okay? They're incredibly affordable. When I say incredibly affordable, this was $15. It's organic hemp. $15. Hand dyed. That is amazing. And it's, I cannot for the life of me actually remember the measurements. As always, you know, it'll go up here, what the actual measurements are. That's a very good price for a high quality hand dyed fabric. Very good price. So, like, they're on Instagram and they were running a giveaway. And pretty much they said they wanted, because they want to build their business, they offered a giveaway on their Instagram. First person to comment on their blog, their first blog post on their blog, was going to win some of the fabric and some floss. So, just because I love them and what they do, I went to comment on the blog post. I read the blog post and commented on it. The last time I checked, I was the only person who had commented. And that ain't right. Because they have an amazing product. You absolutely should go check them out. I am pimping them out, people. Go check out Jackson Fabric Arts. Buy the fabric. It's gorgeous. Whether you cross stitch on their linen weave fabric, or you decide to get some of their fabric for quilting, go now. It's amazing. It's well priced. Just do it. I will wait. Go now, literally. I will wait. Okay. So, like I said, gorgeous fabric. It's great to stitch on, even though I've only done this little bit so far on this. But even their 50 count is great to stitch on, and I'm not a big fan of teeny tiny counts for linen-y type stuff. But love this fabric, love this company. So, what is this project? This project is Midnight Brew by Autumn Lane Stitchery. And I will be doing more stitching on this week. It won't get as much love as the ornament or another project that I haven't yet taken out of mothballs. But it will be getting some love. Because I want this done before next Halloween. This is still, it's part of my stitch along. My ongoing stitch along. The Witchy Shadows Sal, which Michelle, hi Michelle, of Bindi Stitchy. She said it's not a Sal anymore, it's a whip along. And she's right, it's a whip along. And it's going to run through to the end of until next Halloween. Halloween 2019. Stitch your Witchy Shadows Sal. And pretty much the whole deal is you stitch a project with a witch and a shadow. It can be the witch's shadow, it can be a witch's silhouette, it can be a witch and the shadow of something else. Just has to contain a witch and a shadow. If anybody's doing Hawk Run Hollow, you're golden. Seriously, add it in. So, that will get some love this week. And just in case anyone wonders, yes, I will be recording not on Halloween, because I want the episode to be up on Halloween. But I will be recording the day before Halloween. And you never know. I might just dress up. You never know. I'm that one. So, those are my whips. Oh, lordy people. The brownies came to visit. You saw the snowy owlet. That was part of the brownies' gifts when they came to visit. But as with the last episode, you saw that I had finished my Remember Me. I've got a couple of other finishes that need frames. So, we have like two really close, like within spitting distance, thrift stores near me. Like I could walk to them if I wanted to. In the weather we've got currently going on, which it's finally cool, bless everything, I could walk to these places. Not gonna, but I could if I wanted to. So one is a Goodwill, and it's a fairly small-ish Goodwill. And the other is called City Rescue Mission. And City Rescue Mission used to be this big warehouse, but they've kind of squinched it down. I don't know what they're doing with the rest of the space, but they've squinched it down from where it used to be. Squinched it down and fancied it up, so it's now kind of bougie. I'm not pleased with what they've done with it, because I used to really like that thrift store. Now, not so much. But we went to Goodwill first to find some frames. And my goodness, yes, we did find frames, people. We found frames. Lord, did we find frames. Alright. first things first, did find a frame for Remember Me. And here it is. Those of you who are in the Stitchers Coven with me, now the Stitchers Coven is not my Facebook group. It is the Facebook group of Amy, the wonderful, wonderful Amy, who I love dearly. It's her Facebook group. It's all-inclusive. You don't have to be a witch or necessarily stitch witches to join it. It's positive. It's a wonderful stitching environment. It is my favorite Facebook group. It's like my home on Facebook. I love it. And I love Amy for creating it. So, if you are on the Stitchers Coven, you saw this. And many people offered suggestions when I asked, should I paint the frame black and distress it, or should I paint it navy and distress it? And through various suggestions, I decided it's going to be painted flat black. And then the little raised sections are going to have the wax. You rub it across and then you buff it off after it dries. As seen on Stitcherista's videos. That's what's going to happen with this. And the original suggestion was bronze, but I'm not much of a bronze girl. Interestingly enough, it's not typically my color. But I love copper. I love the reddish gleam and glow of copper. So it's going to be copper. Black and copper, and it's going to be pretty. Obviously, what's in there will just be off to the ether. Bye-bye. Because very much not my style. I love cats. Love them dearly, but not to mention, it's not like it's a big fancy print. It's just some magazine type poster slapped on cardboard. So found that, and I'm not sure when exactly I will get around to painting it and such, but it'll get painted and played with. And found a frame at Goodwill, and I've already taken off the back because I intend to be painting this sometime this week. This frame will be painted a nice navy, and within it shall go my Stitchers Coven piece. I will try to restaple it with a regular stapler, but if that doesn't work, my aunt has the industrial stapler, or I make it my own, since, they wind up doing a lot more finishing in frames. Not sure, but maybe. So I found that, and Witchy Jack needed a frame as well. So we found this. And I'm thinking paint it matte black, maybe add some special fancy touches around the frame because he fits perfectly in there. But gonna play with that. Got that at the Goodwill thrift as well. And then Mom really got into the frames. Okay, Mom really got into finding the frames. And she said, well, maybe you aren't using it now, but you might use it later. So it was right. So, found this, and I really like this frame. And it's a really nice frame. I mean, it is a really nice frame. And I may find a nice mermaidy or sea type pattern to stitch up for this and put it in there and go for it to go into my room. Because one day when I finally get the walls in there painted, my room is going to be all nice sea and beach and type stuff. Because I'm a water baby. I'm an ocean baby. But found that. Picked up this, and while the cat that was in the frame we found for Remember Me is not my kind of thing, that one is stinking adorable. Look at him. And the frame's pretty nifty too. So that's a good one. I don't know if it'll ever be like, if I'll ever like repaint the frame or just like sand off the yellowed resin and re-pour resin or what have you. Don't know exactly if I'm going to change the frame any or not. But it's a frame if I need a frame for something that size. This, also found at Goodwill, will definitely be getting repainted because, good Lord, Neon Easter. Like, what? It's a big, solid, heavy frame. I mean, it's all wood and it is deep. Like, seriously, seriously deep. Okay? Like, you, like, literally, really deep. It's like somebody just cut a hole out of a plank and put some glass in there and just, it will be it will be repainted and for something when I need it. I don't know when I'm going to wind up needing it, but you know. So, all that was found at Goodwill. And then we went to City Rescue Mission because we both had the bug now and we wanted to see what City Rescue Mission might have for like any pieces that I was currently working on or that I have absolute 100% I'm gonna stitch it plans to work on. And we found this nice pretty metal oval frame, and if I ever figure out what to stitch, this frame will not be refinished because I like the old sort of battered metal look to it. Might add some new might refresh the flocking on the back because that's gotten scraped up and bunged around a bit, but it's pretty. It's nice. I like it. So, we found that for 99 cents at City Rescue Mission. They had a lot of cool stuff at City Rescue Mission that Mom and I went, ooh. And then we'd go over and it would say, for display purposes only, not for sale. And we'd be like, crap. Because they had trunks there, like, we would have bought the trunks if they had been for sale. And they had this. Obviously, Mr. Snowman will not be staying. Nor will it stay this interesting blue. But we'll refinish, and in each of these little squares will go a little stitch. We found those at City Rescue Mission. Well, as I said, at that point, Mom and I both had the bug. And Mom thought, okay, those are the only thrift stores we have around, so we'll probably go home. My aunt my aunt who got me that big Plano box of DMC from a thrift store. She is a champion thrifter. So, of course, I've got the bug, Mom's got the bug. I contact my aunt and say, hey, you know, you're always telling us about this, this thrift store that you go to, and they have like a wall for craft stuff. Where is that? And she told us, so we went. And it's called City Thrift. And we got stuff. We got lots of stuff. Good Lord, did we get lots of stuff. What is this? Is this part of it? I don't remember. Yes, it is. This is something Mom got for herself. Eyeglass case. Which I don't get. I could have made her one. Rude. But it literally does have like a wall of crafts there. And we weren't really going for frames, but you know, just in case, something to just check out. We found some nice stuff. Okay. We found a couple of little boxes. And you can remove that and stitch a little piece and put it in there. Don't know if I would or I had a hair in my mouth. Don't know if I would or would not refinish the box. It would depend on the stitch, wouldn't it? And found another box similar to that. I think this was at some point in time. Yeah, that's my setup. You get to see the setup. But yeah, it was at some point in time a jewelry box. Yeah, I don't have a big fancy setup. But that'll be a good thing to stitch. It may wind... I don't know if I'll be able to get the mirror out unscathed. I will hope so, but if not, whatever. If the glass breaks, the glass breaks. I didn't get it for the mirror. I also found a jar in there that I'm not going to bring back in because it's over in my stitchy spot. It's what I've been using as an orc jar. It's a big jar, and the reason I got it is because on the jar is a pattern that matches some plates my granny had when I was younger, and I just have very good memories of those. So, craft wall. Craft wall, where they also have craft hooks. They had this, and this kind of stuff is not typically my sort of thing. But they had some things in here that I was like, ooh, that's cute, or ooh, that's pretty, like this. They are placemats. And look, Julie. Go close stitches if you're watching. Birdies! Or Christine of Calico. Birdies! That was the birds. They were too cute. Those I liked. These little calico kitties. My girl. And those made me squee a bit. I saw them, got to those and I went, oh, that is cute. But, you know, still hadn't convinced me to pay the only $4.98 price tag because there's like a ton of there's like a ton of pieces in here, and I was like, yeah, but still not enough that I'd stitch that many. Came across these like little seasons, and there's a birdie and a bunny and a squirrel. I love me the squirrels. And a cardinal, because that's a red bird, it's a cardinal. And what kills me is it's Spring's Cottontail, which is the bunny, Summer's Songbird, and I'm not sure what kind of songbird that is supposed to be right there. It says Summer's Songbird, Fall's Squirrel, which... Squirrel, fall, yep, absolutely. But it kills me because it calls this, the winter pattern, it calls it the winter sparrow. That's not a sparrow. Unless someone out there who is versed in ornithology tells me that cardinals are part of like the sparrow family, it's a cardinal. It's not a sparrow. So. And another bird, a little chickadee. I like chickadees for like, I don't know why, but I do like just the look of a chickadee. But even with the chickadee, even with the squirrel and the cardinal and all that, I still wasn't sold on getting this. And then came the death knell. I like bunnies. And I like squirrels. And I like deer. I like woodland animals. And here we have a raccoon, which are just adorable. Even though you should never, 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 and jeez, I really need to get something back behind me. Because, wow, am I getting blown out. But never touch a wild raccoon. Don't. Unless you're a wildlife rescuer, leave the wildlife alone. But yeah, you have a raccoon, and you have squirrels, you have a deer, you have bunnies. And that was the death knell. That was the, okay, I have to cave. I have to cave and I have to get it. So, I mean, it's cross-stitched from a country garden from McCall's Needlework and Crafts. Jeez, what year was this done? I don't know, what year was this? Should have the year in here somewhere, right? Somewhere. For the love of Mike, people. Put the year. Press. Where's the year? Oh, here we are. 1988. So. There's that. I may just like scan in those particular patterns for personally, because they're the only patterns that I'm interested in the book, and pass the book on. I don't know. But they had leaflets and such as well. This one is Leisure Arts Magazine, which, do they still do this? I do not know. But, like, the geese. The geese. Like, what year is this? When is this? February 1988? Yeah, the geese were the 80s, weren't they, people? I was not cross-stitching in the 80s, so I believe the geese were like a big 80s, 90s thing, weren't they? But, there was something specific in here that I got it for, I think because it reminded me of a friend. I saw it and was like, oh, I have a friend who would love that. Right, this. This is Preserved in Time by Paula Vaughn. I know someone who really likes stitching Paula Vaughn stuff, and I don't know if she has this pattern yet or not. I will contact her and find out. But it's also cute. It's like this little country kitchen deal of a preserved jar. But that, and there's also like some crochet in here. And what in the living? They call it ragtime tops. Look at that! I'm like, if I saw that walking down the street toward me, I'd be like, are you okay? That's an interesting look. That is a very, very interesting look. And please let us not have that look come back. More crochet, like a little tissue cover, and those are freaking mittens. They are not gloves, they are mittens. Or it could be, it's a mitt. I have no clue what the mitt is for. And they have like a bookmark, like stuffed bookmark, and a padded box heart. These I might actually do. They're like plaster sachets. Now, I probably would not do like, you know, the cute little hearts, but get some Halloween silicone ice cube trays. Do that. That'd be cool. That would be cool. But yeah, I got it for the Paula Vaughn to ask a fellow stitcher. I don't know if she considers me a friend or not. I kind of consider her a friend because I enjoy her so much. But ask that fellow stitcher if she wants it. If she doesn't, it'll probably wind up being a giveaway. If she doesn't want it. This was there as well, Cricket Collection. Yeah. Do they have a year on this? I always like seeing the year. Ben Franklin. That's what the little stamp up there says. It says Ben Franklin. Folk art sampling designed by Karen Hyslop. And 1984. Okay. If this was not like a reissue, and this really was put out in 1984, it's in really good condition. But I got it because, like, the little Quaker basket, I think it's a Quaker basket. The basket and that, and the bunny. But the basket, and that right there, those are very, like, very much like my granny type things. I'm kind of thinking, like, for our living room, have, like, country type style in there. Like what Granny used to have, like, mostly in her kitchen, interestingly enough. But I'm thinking put that in the living room. A couple cute little ornaments, because they're itty bitty. These would be quick stitch. I also have like a watermelon and a goose and a tree and a little house. Just cute little things. Figured I'd stitch the bunny in the basket. Found this P. Buckley Moss. I thought it was cute. I don't know if I'm actually going to stitch this or not, for sure. But it's pretty. I'm not sure. I think maybe Pam from Pam and Steph may have stitched this. Pam and Steph just keep stitching. I don't know. Might message her and ask if she's stitched it or not. I don't know. This offended me to my soul when I saw the cover of this. Because at first I just saw the back cover. I have all these cute little cross-stitch things. I didn't have a price on it. And it was cute, you know. I was curious. And then I turned it over and I gasped. Somebody actually cut out from the cover of the pattern. What is wrong with you? And it's got like a covered bridge and that. And from what I can tell, the picture that they probably cut out was probably the model stitch of the one in here that I kind of want to do. And oh, good Lord. And I just noticed how horribly they've marked up the pattern. Ugh. This is like seriously making me twitch. A lot. Like, I'm gonna show you like the, look at that! Look at that mess. Good grief, what is wrong with you? But just the cutting out of it kind of offends me to my soul. Like, I get if you like tear out a page of a chart from a magazine, it's cool. It's in full. You're not like tearing apart the picture. It just makes me very irritated. Especially since now I don't have like the model stitch to see if I actually like the way that the pattern turns out. I don't want to stitch that whole pattern and wind up hating it. And I kind of want to see the picture so I can figure out how to Harry Potter it up. It's a railway station. I want to Harry Potter it up. But it's book 83 of the Stony Creek collection, I guess. Maybe I will go hunting about that on, see if I can find any pictures. Found something else from the Cricket collection. I got it because of the Angels and the Moon. Really not my style, but I have a thing about the moon. I love the moon. And, I could probably figure out a way to very much play with that. figure out a way to make it spooky. Copyright 1993 by Diane Oldfather. So yeah, it's very cute. Got like little present hearts. And those would make like really good tags for a gift. And I saw this and I thought of Michelle, Bendy Stitchy, because it's the islands of Hawaii. And you've got Hawaii, the big island. And on here you've got like petroglyphs. I'm not even going to try and pronounce some of these names because I know I will slaughter them. Volcanoes National Park, which I think I don't know if I'm reading this right or not. I think it's Kilauea. Rainbow Falls, Hilo. But you have all these cute little spots in there. And you also get the other islands. I don't know if there are more islands than this or not that are like inhabited. I don't know. It's something I will have to research. But yeah, I love how they have like Hawaii, the big island. Hawaii. I like to pronounce things correctly, and I probably slaughter them. And you've got Kauai, I think that's how you say it, Kauai. The Garden Island, Molokai, the Friendly Island, Lanai, the Pineapple Island, Maui, the Valley Island, and Oahu, the Gathering Place. I love that they have like other names of their own, and each island, like before the chart, you have like this like little, this blurb about the island, and it's great, and I love it. So I saw that, and I thought of Michelle, and then I opened it, and I saw the stories, and I was like, ooh, and I had to get it. And another cricket collection. This one spoke to me because sheep! Look at the sheep! Oh my god! I like sheep. Like, they're so cute! Look at the dude, he's carrying two of his sheep, and he's got like one right by his feet. And then you have these two sheep kind of hanging with each other, and this big boy right here. And I love it. I love how that one sheep has his head sort of tilted. It's so cute. Love it. Sheep. And it's called The Shepherd and the Woolen Ram by V. Hastings. What year? 1984. Copyright 1984. I'm a dork. Ugh. I really have to figure out something to like hang on the back of there. I really do. Oh yeah. Victorian Christmas treasures. And they're like all like little ornaments stitched on perforated paper. Will not be stitching any of these on perforated paper, but like I really love the carousel and the little lovebirds and the perfume amphora? What is it called? Flacken. I like that word. Whether it's flaken or flacken, I just like the way it looks. So yeah, I like those. They're pretty. And right up there is something called a Tussie Mussy. They're pretty and they're cute. And it's Douglas Designs by Virginia Douglas. Copyright 1989. But yeah. the birds. Just look at the birds. Look at how cute those birds are. Couple little birds. So saw that. Had to get it. And then, Lord, there are things. Premier Collector's issue of Country Stitch. And not much in here that I was like, ooh, gotta stitch, but there are these. There's a bunny and there's a kitty. And I mean, it was just 99 cents, so. And you can't see them very well because it's on white Ada and they're white, but little kittens playing. And with love to the stitcher who started me stitching. That's sweet, and I love it. So, it was the kittens. I had to get it for the kittens and the kitty and the bunny. And then we have these two. And they're from 2001. The June and August editions of Cross Country Stitching. Did I get that right? I think I got that right. And they've got a lot of like cute little patterns in here. The charts themselves are on like actual like paper stock type paper. You know, real paper. And not the glossy magazine part. And that's one pattern in there. And some more that are really cute. Those would be some pretty good tart finishes. I think that is a tart pan right there. And that one is, I don't know, pewter plate, I think. And they have like some, one of them has like little gold charms on it. And I love this little potting shed. It's got like the cat up there in the corner and all the cute little things in there. And this one says Country Collector. And I look at this and I see so much stuff that like my granny had in her house before she moved in with my aunt. And like that right there, Granny definitely had that. Like the little cloth cat doorstop. And these, oh my god, these are too cute. The kitty is good, the kitty is bad, the kitty is in. And kitty cats leave their paw prints on our hearts. So true. So very true. Absolutely had to get that one. Absolutely had to get this one magazine just for the cats. And no house is complete without the pitter-pat of kitty feet. My house is not the same without a cat in it. It just isn't. It's depressing. And these are in there too. Like, doing a little flip through of these, aren't I? Those are cute little houses. And got like sort of a quilting motif going on here. Is that it? Yep, that's it for in this one. And that was June 2001 of Cross Country Stitching. And now August. Obviously you have the cover baskets. Look at that. Look at all that busy cute. And make sure there we are. And those are kind of cute. Let's see, what are they called? They're Love and Friendship. Like, I guess, like little country lady neighbor friends type angel. Because they're on, like, the angel boards. And I love this one. There's no way, I doubt sincerely that the buttons still exist. But look at that. Look at that. I heart stoneware. And there's just something about it that's just so cute. And of course, it has a cat. And it has like little herbs. It's got mustard. And it has catnip. You know it says catnip, and I'm a sucker. Catnip right next to the cat. Like the pot is actually turned over. That is so cute. And this was adorable. And you have the quilt shop. And the stitching shop. And the cook shop, and the crock shop. I don't know why, but just the crock shop. I love it. And let me just sort of semi-fold this over so you don't see the chart. And it's a mini sampler. And Something Special is what this one's called. Does it say who designed these? Flocks of sheep and piecework quilts welcome friends to your country abode. Stitched in serene blues and greens, the sheep graze in total peace. Let's see if I can find the... we are... Item listed. Copyright 2001, Jeremiah Junction. I do not know. Doesn't say who designed it, but it's a really cute design. And look at all the sheep. Look at all the sheep. Really cute. And this is called the Collectible, and you have like, it's like this little antique shop type thing. It's got the quilt and like a little sheep up there, and a butter churn, antiques. Again, a lot of that stuff that has been stitched is stuff I remember seeing in my granny's house. When the house I currently live in was Granny's. And this is called Hearts in Stitches. And oh god, it's a little bumblebee clock. Look at that. It's got each like little number should be is a bumblebee. That's cute. And got like a little angel flying over like a bee scab and what is either a birdhouse or another kind of beehive. I think it's another kind of beehive. I'm not sure because I don't know much about bees. But it's cute. It's very cute. And I love this sentiment. Cross stitch forever. Housework. Whenever. So those are cute. And I'm absolutely going to wind up stitching a lot of this stuff in here. Now, the verses that are in a lot of them probably will not wind up on anything I stitch. Because it's not my kind of aesthetic, but all of those were found in City Thrift. That's a lot. And then, of course, they have other stuff hanging on the wall. You know, as they do. Ignore the rattling. They have like these little Ziploc bags full of like odds and ends that people have donated. They like separate them and then put them into bags. Into like little Ziploc bags and hang each Ziploc bag on the wall. Each Ziploc bag is $2.98. So, first one that caught my eye was this one. And it's got cover button refill. Never been opened. Never been opened. At least doesn't look like it's been opened. If it has been opened, it was re-glued. But yeah, little cover. It'll make like a little 3/4 button. If I figure out where to get the blanks for that, hello needle minders. But what really made me squee was this. These are pliers to set in snaps and grommets or eyelets, whatever you want to call them. And it has the anvil for the snaps and for setting in the eyelets as well. It has some eyelets and some pearl snaps in here. You know how much the pliers alone cost brand new? I've been wanting one of these forever. And finally found a pair. $2.98. Yes, please. And then my mother said, well, why don't you get this one? And it's got like a bunch of thread in here, which thread always gets used in this house. Sewing thread always gets used in this house. And some plastic canvas. Again, that will definitely be used for needle minders. And it has a couple of cute little apple patches. And this kind of kills me. It has a bunch of these like little you know how you have like hook and eye, like metal parts, but there are no hooks. It's just like the eye part. And that just kind of amuses me. A little bit of elastic, but what made me go, okay, sounds good, is it has a seam ripper and, where is it? It's around this side. There it is. It's also got some buttons in here, but I really picked it up for these cute little scissors. Cute little sharp scissors. Because sometimes I get to a point where I have to rip out so much I don't care that I'm losing floss. So. Mom found that one. And then I found this one. Now, obviously, got a lot more thread in here and a thimble. But the reason I picked this one up was for these. They're pinking shears. Again, because I do a lot of sewing. Now, I don't just cross stitch. I do a lot of sewing. I've needed like pinking shears a lot of times. Not just sometimes, a lot of times. And you just... The cheapest I've ever seen any pinking shears, and these were really cheesy pinking shears, was like $12. Let's see, $12. $2.98 for a pair of really good quality pinking shears that still work well. Yeah, let's go for the $2.98, please, and thank you. So, that was That was everything the brownies in the thrift store brought to us. But of course, it doesn't end there. Does it ever? Well, of course, we had the frames, but do we have paint to refinish them? Of course we don't. No. So, first we went to Walmart. Picked up flat black primer for the matte black acrylic sealer, because for the navy that will be the frame for the Stitcher's Coven apple barrel acrylic paint. And since that's not like in a spray form, paintbrushes. Because I get paintbrushes like every so often, and they just disappear. I don't know why. They just disappear. So, got that at Walmart. But you note, of course, that for Remember Me, I want the frame to have, you know, copper gilding over the raised areas. Did Walmart have anything even close to Rub and Buff? Or the metallic luster? Nope. So, did a little research online. See where to get it. Joann's had it cheapest. So, we went to Joann's. And I got the copper metallic luster copper kettle. Ugh. I don't know what it is about the color of copper. I just love the color of copper. I don't know why. But, you know, while you're at Joann's, you know, had to get some DNC. It's all been bobbinated by now and is now in my, like, little DNC bobbinated cases. Not to mention you've seen DMC. You've seen DNC. You don't need me to show you DMC. But I picked up some fabric as well. One, because I want to start my chew on my tongue. I want to start. I have the Nora Corbett Bewitching Pixies Minerva. I think I mentioned back a few episodes ago that the name Minerva has meaning to me. But I picked up some 16 count Ada to dye for it. And this, oh, that's actually coming out pretty true to color. Shocking. This is the color. And it's just sort of not quite orange, more not quite brown, not quite red, more like an old blood color, which makes me happy. Came out pretty good. It was tangerine with a little teeny tiny touch of navy. So, for once, navy is not my nemesis. And I also picked up some 18 count to try for one last time to see if I could get the effect I wanted for the piece that I want to make for my mother for next Christmas. Because no way is it getting done this Christmas. I failed. I couldn't get the gray that I wanted. So, when I failed and couldn't get the gray effect I wanted, I just over-dyed it a few more times, and this is how it turned out. So this is a nice slate type color. Like the actual nice blue shale slate shade. So I don't know what will be stitched on it, but eventually I will find something to stitch on it. So 18 count, failed again. So I have finally caved, and I will be getting the fabric from Picture This Plus. I didn't want to cave because I really wanted to dye it myself, so I wasn't paying $26. With all the times I've tried already, I think I've exceeded the 26. So, might as well cave and get the Picture This Plus, right? It's just, I didn't want to get like the full, I think it's a fat quarter. I don't need that much. I just need a little piece. But, oh well. So, that's everything the brownies brought. It's a lot. That's a lot. That was way more than the actual stitching portion of our show, right? So, therein ends the brownies. But of course, not quite done yet. I'm still catching up on Flosstubers that I missed during the time that I was in my funk. But I have finally caught all the way up on Christine of Stitch All the Things. And I just last night caught up on Liz Hurley of Fat Cat Flossing. And I haven't yet commented on her most recent video, and I intend to later this evening. Which, I'll actually put a timestamp, a date stamp, what date this is, like, at the beginning of this video, because I always forget to say it. I always forget to tell you what today's date is. You could be watching this months from now and you still wouldn't know, right? So, I haven't watched anyone new yet. Everybody that I've watched, I've just been playing catch up. I finally caught all the way up on Pam and Steph of Just Keep Stitching. Yay! So, I have, I think, one more that I have to catch all the way up on. And then I will probably have somebody new to shout out next week. Fingers crossed, people. Fingers crossed. So no new Flosstubers. But I do, as always, have my YouTube recommendation. And I don't think I recommended this guy before. If I did, you're getting another one. You're getting him again, if I already mentioned him. But Jonathan Young, who often works with Kayla Piles. Jonathan Young, he does a lot of Disney covers. And he does a lot of metal covers of Disney. And he also did a cover of Immortals by Fall Out Boy from the Big Hero 6 movie. I actually went on iTunes and bought that song. That cover. I actually bought the song. That tells you how much I like it. When I am actually buying it to put on my iPod, rather than just always going to YouTube to listen to it, you know I like something. A lot. But he does a lot of, like I said, a lot of Disney covers. A lot of covers, period. But he has a couple of originals as well. What I really found him through a cover of Hellfire, which, if you've ever seen the Disney movie Hunchback of Notre Dame, you know the song Hellfire. It's the song that Frollo. Yeah, Frollo. It's the song that Frollo sings about Esmeralda, which, this is going to be crude, but it's pretty much it's pretty much him singing about how much of a boner for Esmeralda he's got. And asking Mary, Mother of Jesus, to help him either claim Esmeralda as his own or get rid of her, pretty much. And it's just like, dude, you have issues, right? Well, Jonathan Young did a cover of that. A metal cover, and it's like, oh. Something that really gets me is because, and I compared, like Peter Hollins, I've recommended him before. He recently did a cover of Hellfire. And comparing that to Jonathan's, Peter definitely comes up short. Because Peter is an amazing vocalist. He does amazing music. But Jonathan has the chops for a really dramatic song like Hellfire. Peter does better with softer music. Peter's voice doesn't quite carry the big dramatic I can't think of the right word. But Hellfire has this huge drama to it in a way that other songs just don't. And, like, there's drama in This Is Me, which Peter did do, but it's a lighter drama, so to speak. It's brighter, whereas Hellfire is dark and gritty and dingy, and that's just not really, that doesn't really work as well with Peter's voice as it does with Jonathan, who has the metal growl going. So I will link both Jonathan's channel and his Hellfire video, and I'll also link the video to Immortals because, like I said, I bought that song. I have it on repeat sometimes. I like it. It's fun. So there's my YouTube recommendation. I'm also going to give one more recommendation. It's not YouTube, it's Netflix. If you have not, there's only 6 episodes of this, and they're only like maximum 30 minutes. Like it only takes you 30 minutes to watch an episode. So you have no excuse. Time is not an excuse on this. If you have not seen The Curious Creations of Christine McConnell on Netflix, you have to go watch it. It's not really an instructional cooking show. I mean, it's not like you can follow her instructions and make what she makes, really. I mean, there are like little tips that are helpful if you know what you're doing when it comes to like baking or anything. Her little tips might help just a little bit. But it's kind of like a combination between The Addams Family and The Muppet Show. I think that's the best way I can describe it, with a little bit of creepy crafts thrown in. And I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. There's only 6 episodes. I wish there were more. I will not pull any spoilers, even though I myself love spoilers. But you have to see The Curious Creations of Christine McConnell. It is an excellent show. And if you have Netflix and you have seen it, contact them. Say, we want more, please. I want more of Norman. I want more of Norman. Those of you who have seen the show, you know who Norman is, but I can't tell you who Norman is because that's kind of a spoiler, technically, if you haven't yet seen it. I can tell you that of her critters, because she got critters, hence the puppets, Muppets, puppets, whatever. I'm torn between Rose or Rankle being my favorite. I kind of feel Rose on, like, I get you, girl kind of level. But then I just love the snark of Rankle. I love the snark and sarcasm and bitterness Rankle has going on. I don't know which one to choose as a favorite. And then just, I love the aesthetic that the sets are. They are pastel goth, basically. Everything is in these nice, pretty pastels. And Christine McConnell is wearing like these 50s housewife vintage type dresses. But like her headboard is this pretty white headboard. It's two snakes facing each other. Her kitchen cabinets are like cut out white kitchen cabinets, but they're spider webs. Her whole the whole set, the whole place is like that. The actual shape is, you know, spider webs, snakes, creepy items, but they're painted in a way that makes them pastel. Someone else I know called it soft goth. So if you have Netflix and you have not yet watched it, watch the Curious Creations of Christine McConnell. You have to. You will laugh your butt off. It's not something that requires a whole lot of heavy thought and, ooh, yeah, that's a good point. No, it's just a fun thing. It's a fun show to watch. Like I said, it's somewhere between Addams Family and The Muppet Show. So that's it for my recommendations. Yay! Yeah, you finally get to get rid of me. So I will say farewell to all of you. I hope y'all have enjoyed my babbling. If you do, please do tell me. Let me know. As always, anything I talked about will be in the information box below. Description box below. I hope life treats you kind. Take care, y'all. Bye.